So, I'm making a video about a video. Is that a paradox? Probably not. The video is titled PSA hashtag yes all white people. This ought to be good. I'm going to try to link the video in the description. I'm not sure how to do that exactly because I'm stupid. And the video is by the YouTuber Sensei Ashite Masu. I don't know how the fuck to pronounce that. Sorry, I fucked up your name! I'm not gonna play any of the video because I didn't even watch all of it. I just watched like the first 2 or 3 minutes of it, and I think that's all you really need to watch of it, you know. But I will read the description of the video because it's very long. Most people don't go this in depth in their video descriptions, and I'm just gonna read it and try my best to respond. Actually, no. Before I do that, I wanted to say that I think, this kind of it does open up the discussion for a slightly bigger topic than just race and racism, because I think that that's not the only issue being made here. I think the bigger issue is the type of thinking that led this person to these conclusions, to these ideas. And it's, simply making generalizations and thinking in stereotypes. And I see this on a day-to-day basis. Just about everyone I've ever known, to some degree, just likes to make these insane generalizations about either groups of people or smaller, about different types of people. It's not always racist, it's not always sexist, but it is always stupid. And the fact that, I would say that I think that there are good reasons to not think in these generalizations and stereotypes. And the biggest reason is because not all people fit nicely in to these big generalizations, to these stereotypes, and to these monoliths. Just not all people do that. Not all people fit in to that. Now, I understand that there are reasons for these generalizations and stereotypes. Really, there's reasons for the labels. And it makes communication a lot simpler. It's easier for me to just say I'm an atheist instead of sitting down and having an actual conversation about each and every single one of my ideas and beliefs. That's another issue. People don't want to actually talk about their ideas and their beliefs because they don't want to be criticized. So yeah, if people just stop thinking in these oversimplified manners, that would probably help out a lot. I don't think it would solve all of our problems as humans on this planet, but I think it would, lead us into a better direction. So let's delve into this. As I said, I'm going to read this and try to respond accordingly. Okay. Yes, all white people are racist. Okay, this is gonna be good. When you say all white people, they rush to claim that is unfair because they are individuals. But this sense of individualism in and of itself is a privilege. Individualism is a facet of privilege. How? How exactly? Everyone is an individual, regardless of what you've been taught. Everyone. Just how is that a facet of privilege? How? What is your definition of privilege? Okay. Folks get mad. M-A-D-T. That's how she spelled it. Yeah. When you say hashtag all white people, even black folks, because we've been trained to look at white people as individuals, even though they are conditioned to look at us as a group. You know, as you're gonna see throughout this, she's just making generalization after generalization after generalization. you know, white people are raised to believe they are unique, special snowflakes, individuals capable of achieving whatever they set their minds to, while black people are raised to believe we are part of a monolithic group, one that at any minute can be seen as a threat, so we must act accordingly, so as to make everyone around us comfortable. So, even she herself is making a huge generalization about her own race, about herself, in a sense. And it's just fucking stupid. Again, the bigger problem here, the way she fucking thinks. Because she's a fucking imbecile, okay? We do not have the privilege of individualism, so spare me your whining about not all white people. Well, how? Everyone is an individual. How is individualism a privilege? Like, what the fuck? You have to explain that, okay? And then, making more generalizations about white people. Okay. Yes, all white people. Repeating yourself since I think that's how you say your fucking name. All white people are products of a racist white supremacist system, and therefore are indoctrinated with racist white supremacist teachings. Can racism be unlearned? Can it? Can it? I think yes, but most white people don't unlearn it because they can't even admit they have a problem. Another generalization. You just start from the position of here's my idea and I'm right and that's it. No further discussion. Just generalization after generalization after generalization. It's not only are white people racist, and they're racist because they were raised in this racist white supremacist society, they can't even admit they have a problem. You're just digging yourself a deeper hole and filling it with generalizations. You can't opt out of the system. You can't opt out of your privilege. You can't opt out of its benefits if you're born with white skin. Okay. Nothing more to really say there. Yeah, I guess you're just assuming white people have privilege, which is kind of a different discussion, but whatever. And it's funny how we understand this when we're talking about other forms of pathology. We understand that people growing up in an abusive household have higher chances of being impacted by abuse. We understand that soldiers coming back from violent war zones have higher chances of being affected by post-traumatic stress disorder. We understand that people in certain environments will be psychologically impacted in certain ways. Okay, that is correct. But again, it's, you're still just making this huge assumption about white people. It doesn't even make any sense. It doesn't help us. It doesn't bring the discussion of racism forward. It takes it back, the what you're promoting here is fucking bigotry. Not just bigotry, but it's just a fucking regressive idea. It's fucking stupid. I'm really not even making this for her. I'm making this for other people to just see how fucking stupid this bitch is. I agree. Being in certain situations affects you, but you're still making the assumption that white people are racist. You are still making that assumption. Does this mean that Obama is racist? He was born in an environment filled with white people. Is he racist? Was he raised by a white supremacist society? Or system? Does he have a problem? I don't know. But we start talking about learned racism, and all of a sudden, Everything we know about the human brain goes out the window because every white person is a unique special snowflake with the magical mutant X abilities to not be influenced by their surroundings and the constant barrage of racist white supremacist propaganda. You're still making the assumption that white people are racist. That's the whole fucking problem with all of this. You're a fucking imbecile. You're fucking stupid. How can you honestly believe you say this shit and then look in the mirror and go, I'm intelligent, I'm smart. You're fucking stupid. You're again, this is another assumption that, all of this And what's this bullshit with magical mutant X abilities? The fuck? Everyone thinks they're a fucking special snowflake. This isn't just fucking white people. Dear white people, you are not Omega level mutants able to control things with your mind. You are not Jean Grey. You have been born into this racist, sexist, capitalist, white supremacist society, and from birth you have been imbued with its beliefs. Alright, well, capitalism is not inherently a bad thing. One of the best things about capitalism is it fucking, what's the word, encourages people to innovate. Because they get rewarded with their innovation. So that's a good thing. We like that. So not inherently bad. There's literally fucking no nuance in any of this, in any of your thinking. This is fucking stupid. This is fucking retarded. And white people love bringing up their parents and their families and how every white parent had a perfect non-racist upbringing. Yeah, okay, even if I believe that, which I don't, you still watch TV and read movies, you still read books, you still go to school, you still have to participate in society outside of the home, and white supremacist ideology is everywhere. Yet again, another assumption, generalization. Your standard for what is racist must be very low, here's your normal person standard for what's considered racist, and then your standard's here, The most you can do is understand your privilege, use it to spread awareness, and work to unlearn your destructive parasitic behavior. That's how you white ally. And you are not working to unlearn racism. And if you are not working to unlearn racism, don't speak to me. Why? You're just I just don't know what else to say now. Don't come on my YouTube channel crying white tears about, I agree, but not all white people, etc. The fact that you even feel bold enough to say that to me is an example of your privilege. If you're feeling so bold, go address your fellow white racist, not me. Why are you comfortable telling me not all whites, but you're not comfortable telling your fellow whites not all blacks? Because deep down, even if it's just on a subconscious level, you have a superiority complex. You think you are better than me and have a right to come in my black space and try to correct me. This is a racist microaggression, and it's a form of white supremacy. Notice how she wants to inject some nuance when she's talking about black people, but she doesn't want to inject any nuance when talking about white people. Isn't that interesting? Isn't that really fucking interesting? This is why, just having a little bit of nuance in the way you think is important. I'm not even asking for much. Just a little bit, Because your normal, average day Joe Schmo fuckface walking around the street, isn't going to think crazy shit like this. Average Joe Schmo is going to be able to realize, not all white people are racist. Not all black people steal. Not all cops are bad. Average Joe Schmo is going to have that bit of nuance, but then this fucking retard can't. Because why? Because I don't know. I just think she's retarded. The only thing you should be saying to me is that you recognize that you were born into a racist white supremacist society that imbued you with racist ideals from birth. That you recognize your racism, privilege, and inherent bias and are actively working to unlearn it. If you are not saying that, then you are not saying anything, and you don't have permission to speak to me. Oh, how fucking convenient. And then she puts in all caps, you don't have permission to talk to me. Hashtag yes all white people. This has been a public service announcement. No. You don't get to call this a public service announcement because it's fucking garbage. It's fucking stupid. Why do you think it's okay to make an insane generalization about white people? Do you think that because you assume that all white people make generalizations about all black people? And really, you want to fucking go on YouTube and say all this fucking insane shit and then, tell people that, oh, you can't talk to me. You can't criticize me. I think it was the Amazing Atheist who said that if you're going to put your ass out on here on YouTube, you should be ready for a spanking. Not a literal spanking, but a spanking. Just I'm not Bill Maher, but new rule, if you're going to go on the fucking internet and spread all your fucking crazy retarded opinions, be ready to be criticized. Be ready to be hated. Be ready to be judged. And I think that's all I really have to say about this. Subscribe for more, like the video, comment what you thought, and I will be making more. Bye.